Hello, everyone. My name is Jennifer Meehan. I'm your host and facilitator for this podcast. And you are listening to Levi Moments of Truth, life stories that inspires. This special podcast is very, very special, dear to my heart, because it's our first podcast with a special guest. And not only that, this special guest is very close to my heart, and she's definitely one of my moments of truth, which I'm also gonna share. And I just wanted to share a little bit about this wonderful person to you guys. I wish you guys can see her, be with her, hang out with her, talk to her, which I'm sure you can after this. We're gonna see if we can get her to give us her contact information, so you guys can also reach out to her. I'm sure she'll give it to us. But anyways, so this person that we're about to talk to is, but before I do that, please, my recommendation, if you can be focused and limit distraction and just really absorb every word, every wisdom nuggets from this wonderful woman. And I bet you that it's gonna change your life and also inspire you for change and change for the better. So just wanted to share a little bit about this wonderful, wonderful person in my life. She's actually one of the reason of my journey to worthiness. One of my struggle is self-worth, and I'm still constantly working on that. And she's been a very close mentor, my personal accountability partner. Just imagine a person that says, hey, you need to let me know that you're doing what you're doing every couple of hours, and make sure that you're doing that. I mean, this woman gives her time, gives her heart, gives her energy to anyone that's wanting that change, that desire to become a better person, especially for women. And I know there's a challenge for a lot of women out there to find somebody that you can really confide to, trust, and really appreciate you, and without judging. So with that being said, I'd love to introduce to you all Miss Angela Dela Cruz. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm so honored to be here. Absolutely.
Miss Angela, want to share a little bit of your background for our listeners?
Yes, so my dad is a pastor, and my mom she works at a grocery store, just a regular, a regular job. So I didn't grow up being a businesswoman. And one of the things that made me become a businesswoman was when I met my husband, Steven, who is the hardest working man, and if you ask him, what do you enjoy? He says business. Other people will say, oh, I enjoy swimming, video games, sports. He's like business. So even from the first day I met him, he loved to work all the time.
Wow. So you mentioned you're a daughter of a pastor.
Yes.
That's interesting. You want to share a little bit of that childhood was like?
Yes. So pretty much when I was younger, my dad what could I say? He was an alcoholic, and he smoked a lot, and had a lot of anger inside of him. And then at the age of, when I was 12 years old, God just radically changed him through the prayers of my mom. And then he just felt the call to ministry, and he now has his own church. Yes.
Wow. Talk about transformation.
Yes. So my dad has been radically changed, that's for sure.
Yes, that's like night and day.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. And now he's like the biggest teddy bear, very loving. He's, you would never guess like his past was his past.
Right. I wouldn't guess.
So yeah, he's definitely, he throughout, even though he had a lot of anger, he was always there, and he was always open to listening to me. So I was kind of always been daddy's girl.
We can see that.
That's great.
Well, first, I just want to say thank you again for being here and spending your time with us. So, as you know, the podcast is about life stories that inspires. So, the question is, what has been a turning point in your life that's radically changed your life? Of course, in a good way, we hope. But yeah, we're open to share the negatives too. But what was that moment of truth that radically also changed your life?
Yes, so the moment of truth was when Steve and I moved to San Diego. Because our entire relationship, he's always been the businessman. He's always been, the go-getter. Let's do one business to another, to just always wanting to do that. And for me, I wanted to be just a supportive role, the supportive wife that you do it and I just, help. Yeah, help. But the thing is that wasn't Steven's vision for our relationship. He wanted a woman to be with a woman who was also a business minded, who was hardworking. And so for the longest times, our vision clashed. He was always on the phone. He was always, emailing. He was always doing everything with business. And I would be here wanting to hang out with him. And, I would always complain, why are you always working? But once we realized what our visions were, that's when I found out our marriage got stronger, because we had a vision for our marriage, and now we could focus on moving forward instead of my vision and his vision, which clashed each other.
So moving to San Diego definitely has changed your relationship with your husband, because you had to leave everything behind in the Bay Area. Meaning you're coming to a city that you guys really don't know much, moving to a place where you have to do everything over again. And I'm sure at this point you guys really had to rely on each other.
Yes, that was the huge turning point, because now I had to step up my game.
That's right.
Yes. So that is when I said, okay, what can I do? And I thought, okay, I want to start daycares, because I love children. So that's where that just birthed out, is just me coming from babysitting to interning with my cousin and other people. And I just learned that I loved kids so much, and I love to help them learn, just to be that person to say, oh, I helped you write the letter A, yay, I'm so proud of you. It's like I influenced this little child's life. So that's how pretty much the daycare really birthed inside of me. Just being able to witness that and helping them grow to who they are. And, who knows who they'll become. So,
So just to cover this thought that I just...
Oh, yes.
So you came to San Diego, and this really triggered you being a partner to your husband.
Yes.
Really
Yes.
triggered it, because hey, we're in a new place, we're everything. And then it looks like you got to your root, your heart.
Yes.
And you thought about, what do I love to do? And that birthed the daycare.
Yes, exactly. So then from there, I just had to learn how to become a stronger woman, learn the tactics of business. But the biggest challenge is that I felt like I didn't believe that I was a businesswoman, because my husband is like the strong go-getter, attack things, let me tell you how to get here to here. And I was someone who just wanted to, love people, serve people. But I realized as time went on that I found my purpose in life. I found that once I found my purpose in life, I was confident in who I was. I didn't have to compare myself or want to be like someone else. I just knew it, so that I could run who I am to be the businesswoman I needed to be.
Yeah, and I know you've mentioned this before, and I would, if you don't mind spanning, that God created us specifically for something.
Oh yes, yeah. So my biggest revelation was in December. I just felt like I just really felt at that moment, like I felt God just speak to me saying, I've created you to motivate people, to encourage people. And at that very moment, when I realized why I was what my purpose was, that's when pretty much stopped comparing myself to other people. I felt more secure in who I was, and I was more confident because I didn't have to look to other people. Oh, I have to be a go-getter, and tell people what to do to be successful, because that's what I always perceived a successful business person was. And when I got that revelation, I said, no, I can be who I am and still be successful and still be a businesswoman. And that was probably the biggest breakthrough.
Wow.
And so I felt like, my husband's like that and I'm this way, but together we complete our marriage, and especially in business. Because he's the one who'll tell you how to get there, and I'll be the one to encourage you how to get there.
Let me just say, as an experience with you guys, it really is a perfect marriage.
Uh-huh.
A perfect marriage in a personal level, but also in business. Because we're still human beings that have a heart,
yes,
that have feelings and emotion.
Yes.
And there's also part of us that needs to take action, which is like, you need to do this, you need to do that, and it's about the mind. You just got to push through.
Yes.
And you got to get things done, and do things that you say you're gonna do.
Yes.
So it definitely is a perfect marriage. And for you to be able to have a revelation and see the opposite, but yet together makes one.
Yes.
One piece is just very, very powerful. And for sure, I'm inspired too to really look into my relationship with my husband Steve, and see where we could really empower each other to become that one as one, and two become one. I mean, biblically, that's what happens too.
Oh, yes.
Two people becoming one together, and now you're one body.
Yes.
It's not even a separate.
Yes.
It's one.
Yes.
So for you to have that revelation opposite, but yet complete each other, that's just very powerful.
Yes. And everyone is created for a purpose. So what your husband, what your spouse's weaknesses are your strengths, and his strengths are your weaknesses. And so that's once we figure that out, it's like you just run. You're just confident. You don't have to compare yourself anymore or feel you have to be like something.
I can just imagine there's a sense of freedom.
Yes. Oh my gosh, it was. It was the biggest breakthrough. I mean, because I mean, can you imagine if you just know why you're here to create? You're here on Earth. You all those thoughts of like, oh, I wish I was that person, or I wish I had that quality trait. It's gone.
Yeah.
Because you know why you're here.
Yeah.
And you just run with what you were created to be.
Well, I'm so blessed and honored because I'm one of those like reachable, like touch. The person that you really have changed and still changing. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And let me share a little bit about what I mean by Miss Angela has really impacted my life personally, and also helped my marriage as well. Because I truly believe that everything has to start from ourselves first before it can actually work with others, like relationship, husband or spouse, and also family members. So there was a lot of fixing I have to personally do.
Oh no, but all of us,
right? But to be part of your purpose of inspiring, I'm one of them. And I know there's a few of us that I personally know, and I know that there's more people that you will touch. So I'm super excited that of course God gave you that purpose, and to be the steward of people that's ready for you or looking for you. And I know for sure Steve and I have been waiting for the right mentors to mentor us, and we're so happy that we have found you guys and still accepting us, because we are hard-headed.
We're blessed to have you and Steve. Definitely, yes.
Such a hard head. But thank you for your patience, and I know inspiring others, and I do believe that everyone needs at least one cheerleader in their life. And for you to be able to open up your heart, your energy, your mind, your resources for us is such a huge blessing. Huge. And I know sometimes there's no words to say more than thank you, because it really is like life changing. So going back to so the biggest shift in your life has been, thank you for sharing, there's actually two, now that if I capture it properly.
Yes.
The move to San Diego definitely has shifted you from being a support to a leader,
Yes.
being a mentor now, and changing people's lives, and also finding your ultimate purpose with clarity, and knowing that that's what you're called for, and has really catapulted pretty much anything and everything you're doing now.
Yes.
That is just amazing. I do have a question though. If I can take you back in time.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Back to the future. What was Angela like before that shift?
So I was very shy. I was very insecure. I battled with a lot of negativity in myself. Of course, lack of self-worth, I think that's a reason why I was never wanted to pursue business, because I didn't believe in myself. I mean, I was scared. People were always judging me. So I loved being around people, but I had this thought in the back of my head, oh, they're thinking, negative about me. And it was just a struggle that I dealt with for a very long time. So that was who I was before I moved to San Diego.
And what is this is a good one. So what's Miss Angela like breeds now?
Yes. So I want to say now I feel a lot more confident in myself. I feel driven. I believe in myself more. I feel a lot more bolder. Obviously, by nature, I love people, and I still love serving. I still have all those quality traits, but with more of a positive mindset rather than a negative mindset. So I feel like that's who I am today. I mean, I still have a lot of struggles within, but I've improved. Yes, I feel like 360 from who I was 10 years ago to now.
So now I'm excited because I know there's some projects that's cooking right now.
Yes.
And thank you for having me part of some of them.
Yes.
What is now the future of Miss Angela Dela Cruz?
So future is in real estate is hopefully become a broker, go worldwide. I mean nationwide. With that, more helping with people, because that's like homeless ministry, prostitute, more going to more countries and making an influence, more public speaking, writing my first book. So that's the future, and developing more leaders to impact more of this world.
I love that. We need more leaders that would impact more people.
Yes.
Because I know a person would love to change everything, but you really need a crowd. You need a team.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. You can't do it alone. You definitely cannot do it alone.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. I think just to share real quick, one of the things that I've learned personally is I cannot do it on my own. I think that's one of the reasons what I'm inspired to start this podcast, to let people know that you're not by yourself. You're not thinking like nobody understands you, because everybody has their own story that we can all relate to.
Yes.
I mean, I can hugely relate to the shift of Angela then to where Angela is now. And I know a lot of people have felt the same way, because we're all human beings feeling the same imperfections, but with those imperfections come solutions as well.
Yes.
So that's what's really cool, and I really would love that this platform, this community would have the solutions for all these insecurities and all these negative things. I just wanted to give a shout out to you again, Miss Angela, because I know the listeners doesn't know this, but you and Steven is probably one of the humblest, successful people I know, hands down. Because I'm gonna just share. I hope you don't mind. The couple, Miss Angela and Mr. Steven, have 10 corporations, successful, making 7-figure income on each of these companies and impacting people, families, and also employing people. So your companies are also supporting families and lives, and even with those successes, you're still, I see you learning and stretching yourself and still finding a different avenue. Like now you're tackling real estate. Oh my goodness. And I know you have a channel that you're sharing your journey, and it really is super raw. I mean, this is like you're starting from scratch, like no experience, and now you're gonna tackle it into real estate and soon to be a broker and having a studio realty, which I'm sure I'm gonna be part of. But this is, yeah, and inspiring as a student of you guys, to see you guys and still stretch yourself, still go through the process of struggle.
Yeah.
Still.
Oh yeah. Oh, all the time.
and I just want them to know that it's just like you guys are just hands down cool people that are just still going through life and still pursuing to impact people's lives and not settling. And that for me is just like, wow, that's wonderful.
Oh,
So
you're a blessing.
thank you so much for
thank you.
being on this special show podcast. It's our first interview, and it's also for you. Thank you. So I do. So I know you mentioned that you wanted to reach out to the homeless and also the
Yes.
prostitution and really reaching out to people. How can we reach to you, Miss Angela?
Yes, so if you type in 76626 and then in your text type in the word property, you can get my contact information that way.
Wow. See, I told you she's going to give her contact information. So if I were you, please connect with Miss Angela. If you don't, you're missing out. There's a reason why you listen to this podcast. 76626, text the word property, and you'll be able to get a hold of Miss Angela and really just absorb. And because if someone's willing to give, hey, have the desire to say, yes, I'm ready to take. So, you guys, thank you so much, Miss Angela. It's an honor for you to be part of this. And for everybody listening out there, thank you so much. And we wish you the best. And thank you for listening to La Vie, Moments of Truth, life stories that inspires. And you guys have a momentous rest of the day. Take care for now, and peace out.